So I might just preach one more video here. We'll see where this one goes. Life is awesome. Living the dream. Gematria revelations from the Lord. Health, man, thank God. I believe God might be helping me to switch to a vegan diet. And it just thank God for the testimony of Carl Lewis. That's what he did. And had all of his fastest times after he did so. And but God is helping me with my health like crazy. The weather and the sun has been gorgeous. I feel like just a great revelation from the Lord as I was enjoying the sun today. You know, all the leaves and all the flowers maximally face the sun as much as possible. That's why leaves on trees are arranged the way they are. That's why many flowers will actually turn to maximize their sun exposure throughout the day. But the key is they have a protective coating, a waxy, oily, lipid-like coating on the top to protect them from drying out. And so I believe the sun obviously has many wonderful, life-giving and beneficial effects for us, just like all creatures, but it's important that we protect our skin with that waxy, oily coating. So a good sunscreen provides that. But it's like God gives us these examples in nature. We study nature and what nature does and what all living things are. Oh, all the leaves want maximum exposure to the sun. So we know that the sun is life-giving and healthy. But all the leaves also have developed a waxy covering on their top surface in order to protect them from burning and from drying out. Okay, so we're made in His image. We look at that. I believe we look at that. We say, yes, the sun is healthy for me, but I need to cover myself, cover my skin with a proper waxy, oily, lipid-like substance. A good sunscreen. Today I use Copper Tone Sport 60 SPF. Some people use plain olive oil. I was trying that for a while, but so far I like product like this for now. I just love, thinking about what exists in nature. It's like everything in nature grows with abundant sunshine. From the dawn of time, everyone's wanted as much sun as possible. And going back to Eden, there were no clouds before the flood of Noah. There was no rain that fell from above. Okay, creationscience.com will set the record straight for you on that one. And the Bible says that same thing. And the reason there was a rainbow that appeared for the first time after the flood of Noah is because now for the first time there were clouds overhead and rain that was falling from above. Okay, the flood of Noah, the rains that torrential that were raining down on the people of the earth, those were the fountains of the great deep that exploded with such violence and force that they were these huge torrential. Creationscience.com by Dr. Walt Brown, it'll set your whole brain straight on that. Okay, but back in the Garden of Eden, it was perpetual sunshine. There was no clouds. It was always a crystal clear day. There was no clouds. Eden was perfect sunshine. Now, there's also science that has shown that after the flood era, we have more problems with UV. There's more skin damaging UV rays since after the post-flood era. I believe that you should protect your skin with a waxy-like coating, just like the leaves do. Cover your skin when you're going to go out sunbathing, or I also believe it's healthy to keep moving, because then you have your natural blood flowing very well through all of your body, and you also keep the moisture, like sweat, that keeps you from drying out. But yeah, you can lie in the sun too, but just cover yourself with a waxy coating, a good sunscreen. They're all the same. Essentially all sunscreens are the same. There's some kind of waxy lipid layer, oil-based substance that is like the wax layer that's on the top of leaves, which is of course what faces the sun. So yeah, but they want as much sun as they can. So that's my thinking on that one anyway. Yeah, sun is terrific, but just cover yourself with a good sunscreen. Copy what nature does. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Yeah, and your body is, man, far more expensive. I want to eat vegan. I'm pretty sure if you eat lentils and beans, they have far more protein per gram than any other substance. I'm dairy free now. I'm gluten free because of the GMO, and one thing the Lord graced me, opened my eyes to, is just how much mess and how ugly it is. The preparation of all these meat foods, like how hideous, how ugly it is, and how annoying it is to go through the entire chain of processing, packaging, killing the animals, like all the steps, and then cleaning the dishes. They just that little stick. You're just like, I cook up a pot of lentils. There's no stick to the pan. There's no mess to clean up. I'm satisfied quickly. It's nutritional. It's efficient. I'm like, I don't think I need to eat chicken ever again, perhaps, if the Lord helps me. Like, you're just like, is this really beautiful? Like, ask yourself in your mind. I tell you, the Bible, Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. If you watch the videos of how these non-plant-based products called food actually get created from start to finish, including all the manual, annoying slave labor, the labor of the people that is required, the ugliness of the scene that it is, like butcher junk, like anytime you're killing an animal, it's just nasty as can be, and you're just like, is this really beautiful? Like, is this really, everything that God created in its most natural form is extremely beautiful. Like, you could literally photograph every single part of the process from any angle, and it would be beautiful. And you all recognize it, like, as a photographer, taking pictures of the whole process of how this food item comes to be. It's like, if it's all plant-based, if it's all natural, all the photographs are beautiful, natural, everything looks healthy, it's pleasing to the eye, there's nothing that makes you go, that looks nasty. Like, if I take a photograph of a bunch of chickens in cages, in rows, in a coop, or a bunch of cattle, same thing, I'm like, that's hideous. It's ugly. It's not beautiful. It's not glorious. It doesn't look beautiful. No one would ever put a piece of artwork like that on their walls. It's hideous. It's ugly. And so it's not blessed. It's not actually optimal. And so that's what sets you free. You're like, if that's what's behind this junk, like, I'm never going to eat meat ever again. Like, and you're set free. I'll never forget the first day I discovered that lentils have way more protein per gram, and certainly per dollar, than a jug of milk in the average supermarket. And in fact, lentils trump every protein source there is. All the meat proteins, you see all the whey protein. Oh, got to get my whey protein. It's insane. It's all trash compared to lentils and beans. You can get all your protein in full from lentils and beans. And it's efficient, and there's no mess to clean up. There's no mess in the process. And I tell you, once God gets you into this, and you get set free from that old junk, you'll never miss it. You won't miss it one bit. I just had a dinner of lentils, a couple apples, a little bit of cocoa, because cocoa in its natural sugar-free form is actually healthy for you. It's plant-based. And I feel satisfied, but not groggy. I feel satisfied, relaxed, focused, not groggy, totally content, peaceful. I feel great. And I'm like, it cost me like less than $2 for that, like, because lentils are dirt cheap. So folks, if you want the secret, Carl Lewis cut out meat completely, and he went totally vegan. He switched to lentils and beans. Okay, and Carl Lewis, the legendary track athlete, and he got all of his best times after he did that. He did this at around age 30. Do it. You can do it. And I think the thing that sets people free the most is understand God likes maximum beauty and maximum glory. And just think to yourself, if you watch a video on how sausage is made, how chickens come forth, like to get packaged into the grocery stores, and same thing with all the other meats. If you actually watch the slaughterhouses, if you watch how gruesome and how ugly the behind the scenes steps are, or you even just think about it in your mind, you'll be set free. You'll be like, that is not beautiful, that is not glorious, that is not God's best, it is not beautiful, it is not glorious, I would never take a photograph of that, it's not artistic. Folks, if everything is done God's best, according to God's most natural way, it's all beautiful. You could take a photograph of any picture of the process, and it's beautiful. Large fields of wheat that aren't GMO, tall and huge, blowing in the wind, harvesting the grain, it's beautiful. Slaughterhouses are not beautiful. No. It's not beautiful. It's not a pretty picture. It'll set you free just thinking about that. And so now you switch to lentils and beans, you cut out the meat, and you'll feel better, you'll live longer, I believe, and you'll certainly look leaner, and that's a good thing. But I'm just sharing what the Lord is doing in my own life, and it just, sets you free. Okay, you can watch the testimony of Carl Lewis online, and that's pretty cool. But eat healthy, abundant silent prayer, live a peaceful life. I am so passionate about health and beauty in the body. I'm like, the stuff that I will spare my children, I'm like, no, there's no unholy addictions. We're in a food nightmare in this current condition of the world. We're in a food nightmare right now, and in terms of what people are presented with as their options. But so God is calling more people out of it. So I'm really passionate about health, the beauty of the body, and so let's keep that going. Don't do anything to jeopardize your health or beauty. Please don't. Like, you are made in the image of God. Your body is the house of God. Don't do anything to jeopardize your health or beauty. Give everything to your best eating. Give everything to your best exercise and your best nourishment. Healthy doses of sunshine. While per det, I believe you can get a lot of sunshine. I tan pretty well. Like, I don't burn very easily. But God has made me aware that it is important to protect your skin. If you're going to spend like a full afternoon in the sun, it's very simple. Just copy what nature has done. You just simply protect your skin with a waxy layer. Sunscreen. That's what all the leaves do, but you cannot deny that all of the leaves want maximum exposure to the sun day and night. And every creature from the dawn of time has practically been that way. So we love sun. We need sun to feel good, and all the rest of it. But copy what the leaves do. They cover their top layer. They cover themselves with a waxy loading. So you put sunscreen all over yourself, and then you can enjoy the sun or some kind of natural oil. It's pretty cool. And then you look at the underside of leaves, and there's no waxy layer. They don't need it, but definitely the top. All right. So I'm big on natural health. There's a few good Christian. Dr. Axe seems to be a pretty good Christian nutritional guy online. He's got some good stuff. And but most of all, you stay in passionate, close prayer with God. He will take care of everything. He will just make sure you learn this stuff. You won't even realize how all of a sudden He's just making chains fall off of you left, right, and center. As you make it your aim to know and love God and be completely honest with yourself and Him at all times, every chain you ever had will fall off of you. You'll just be like, you'll be like this vegetarian, like lentil eating, bean eating, fruit loving, vegetable chugging, like, Gematria eating. Okay, fun stuff. So I hate slavery, and I hate seeing jobs that are unnecessary slavery. Okay, the more people get set free from unholy addiction, the more free time everyone has. All right, because it's amazing how much labor and how much slavery all of these unhealthy foods need. Just unbelievable, you know, the slavery to make unhealthy foods. All right, there you go.